Good afternoon, guys. It's Navin joining the call. Can you guys hear me? Rahul, Srisha, Nitesh.
Yes, sir.
Shall we start or shall we wait, Rahul?
I guess we should wait for 3-4 minutes.
Okay. In the meantime, can you just log into the controller that we logged in yesterday, Rahul?
Okay.
When you're ready, you can share your screen, Rahul. Today we'll start with the Ansible learning hardening example.
Okay.
Okay. SSH into the C1, please.
Yeah, I have done.
You're already there. Okay.
Yes.
And switch user as ANS admin. Can you go back to the instances once, please? And other than N1 and N2, see if there are any other instances. Start any other, maybe N3. Can you start it, please?
Yes.
Once that starts in a separate Git bash, try to log into that one.
In N3.
In N3, yes.
Okay.
Looks like it is up. Okay. And can you put this slightly reduce the size of this window, put it on the right-hand side and controller on the left-hand side so that we can look at both of them. Yeah, that should be good. And if you try to SSH from the controller into the worker, can you just try to SSH? Is it working?
To N3.
N3. Okay, so you're now logged in as you have logged in. Just try it from Ubuntu user. If you exit, I think you're Ubuntu. Yes, SSH. Say yes. Permission denied.
Permission denied.
Switch back to the ANS admin, please. And let's say create a new file, hardening.yml. I'm going to copy paste this one. Just go ahead and save this one. Copy pasting into chat window. Please paste this into the.
Yes.
There we go. It's one more time. Paste it. Looks like it does only a part of it. Copy SSH key. Okay, I will again copy from here. So you can copy that one as the first part of it. This is the second part of it. Oh, it's the first part. Here's the second part of it. After the copy SSH, you remove hyphen name copy SSH, the 3 lines, and then copy paste the second part of it that I have sent you. So that the repetition. Yeah. Now from there, you paste the one. Restart SSHD is the name, and okay, something else is missing. Again, I missed it. Should just upload the file. Copy this one. Okay, there is the last segment of it. You can remove the name restart SSHD and then paste this one.
Yes.
Yeah, write and quit. And now, say we'll check the syntax of it. Say Ansible playbook, Ansible hyphen playbook, hyphen syntax check. Sorry. Stack commands. Where is it? Let's see, I think it's here. Okay. Let's see. Port is 222. Oh, let's say hyphen syntax hyphen check. Ansible hyphen playbook. After playbook, give the hardening.yml. After playbook, just type in hardening.yml. Yeah, now that should good. The line 39, column 13, but maybe elsewhere. The offending line is comment this password. Can you open that file and go to that line? Comment this password authentication. It's line 39.
How to, we can enter the line number.
Yeah, you can do it. You can just do a set in here, right? I think it's colon 39.
Colon 39.
Okay. Okay. I think you need to put a couple of spaces before replace. That's what is the problem.
Yes.
And write and quit. Syntax check. Playbook could not match the supplied host pattern SSH hardening. Just cat it and grep for SSH hardening. Cat it, please. Scroll up, please. Host is SSH hardening. So I think that is what is the group. Go to the host file. Go to vi etc ansible hosts. Ansible hosts. Yeah. Comment this IP address and paste the IP address of N3, please. You can also add a group name called SSH underscore hardening, which is under the square brackets. SSH underscore hardening. And then in the next line, you paste the, write and quit. Syntax check, please. Playbook hardening and could not match supplied host pattern, ignore. It's a warning which is okay. So the syntax seems to be okay. Let me see, come back here. Now do a cat of the hardening.yml. And while you're doing it, let me just come back here. Copy this one. So copy this one. Work on out. Paste it here. Syntax check. Okay. If you scroll up a little bit on into this one, let's see what is going on here. Okay, so start with the YML file starts with 3 hashes. The name is just a name. You can give whatever it is. This is the scenario of SSH server hardening. Host is nothing but the group name. If you give all the IP address hosts will be, all the IP address which are given will be executed here. So line in file is the destination. In other words, in the worker node, we are looking for a file called sshd underscore config. There is a regular expression in your other window, which is the black background. Open up or cat that file etc ssh sshd underscore config / sshd underscore config. Cat it. Pull it towards a little bit left-hand side so that's okay. And now if you scroll up, a lot of the lines are commented here. So password authentication is set to no. Okay, that's what we, password authentication is set to no. Interesting. Okay, I thought we used this, but scroll up, please. Come from the top. Okay, and you can also do this one. Just do a cat of this file and no, say grep of this file, grep etc instead of cat, grep it. Grep this file.
Should I?
No. Okay. Instead of cat, say grep, buddy. Grep it. And then say -v space -e. -v space -e. E for elephant. Space within double quotes, give a hash. So it will give us only those lines which do not have hash because there are a lot of comments here. And enter. So password authentication is set to no. Challenge response, we don't need it. Geospam, we don't need it. Subsystem scroller, please. These are the only settings which are enabled in that file. Okay. So bring up the same command, the grep, the previous command, and say space greater than, and save it to some, let's say, sshd_config.backup. BKB or whatever it is, yeah, backup. This is the lines which are not commented, and let's see. What else? Can you also just make a copy of sshd_config, say cp in that file, sshd_config, and say give it maybe sshd_config.original. No greater than, but just give a sshd_original config.original. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that should be good. LSLTR, just make sure 2 files are there. The first one is just to check, backup is just to check what are all the comments which are. Now come back to our controller screen. Okay, so what we are doing here is, scroll up please. So the first task is line in file. We are looking for the destination file in the worker. So it will go to each worker. It is looking in the file sshd_config. And the regular expression, we are looking for something called port. And line is port 222. So in other words, now go back to that one and see if there is a port anywhere in that in the other one. Cat and grep for a port. Port is not there. I think by default the port is 22, I think. Now come back here to the controller screen. So here what we will do is, if at all, the regular expression is just looking for that, for something called port. And what we are going to do is, it is going to replace wherever the line starts with port, it is going to add port 2222. If port is not there, so for us, it should add port 2222. This is going to be the default port, is what that part or segment of the task is doing. Then define listen address. So in the same file again, we are adding another address 192.168.0.100. So it is listen address. So this is kind of another IP address through which we can log into that particular thing. So go back into that one, into the terminal, the worker terminal, and grep for listen. I think it is capital L. Enter. So listen address right now is 00.00. Okay. So now if you come back to the controller, we're going to change it to 192.168 and so on. The next one is protocol version. Just grep for protocol back in worker. Okay, there's nothing called protocol. So so back to controller, it should add a line called protocol too. Ideally we can specify some custom protocol and things like that is what the idea is. Next setup, SC Linux for SSH port. So here this is the ports and SC port. I think this will set up the SC Linux. Present means state is present means it's going to install it. Next, copy SSH key and authorized key. Authorized keys user is Sanjay, SANJ. So we're going to add a user called Sanjay. Manage directory is yes. And we are setting up the SSH here, which means we need to have a user called Sanjay there, which we do not have. So we need to add that one. So now if you go back to the worker, let's execute a few commands. User first login as sudo su hyphen. Okay, user add Sanjay, SANJ. User word. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Then password PASSWD Sanjay. Good. Just say Sanjay SANJ. Now say sudo su Sanjay. You get into a bash. Then PWD. Say ls space /home /. So we only have Ubuntu. We don't even have answered menu. Okay, so let us go ahead and make directory mk directory mkdir -p.
In home.
No. Right there. You can type in right there, buddy. mkdir -p for Pune.
Okay.
Home /Sanjay /home /Sanjay. Okay. What do you just say sudo password Sanjay. Sudo Sanjay is not license. Okay. Just what is it? Oh no, don't go to sudo or so. Just so exit Sanjay. And now copy that line. We'll do it as root rather than that one. mkdir -p Sanjay. Good. Now, if you do an LSLTR on home Sanjay, or just /home, yes, enter. So right now, the user and the owner are root. We need to change the owner. So change owner, chon space -r, capital R, space Sanjay :Sanjay. We'll make Sanjay the user and the owner. Space /home /Sanjay. Okay, enter. This was a capital R word. Yeah, verified. Okay. Back to controller. And so Sanjay, so we are going to, we have actually manually added that one, but what copy SSH key into the user, into the Sanjay user, it's going to copy the .SSH so that we are following the SSH passwordless or the login into that one. Are you catching it, Rahul?
Yes, yes.
Sanjay, we created a user. Imagine we had another user. So we're going to allow passwordless login into that one. And let's say, so where were we? Sanjay. Okay. So next one is comment this password authentication in SSH config. So it looks like regular expression. If password authentication is yes, in that file, if password authentication, if it finds the regular expression password authentication is yes, it will replace it with a hash password authentication as. In our case, the password authentication we observed is a no. Go back to that one and just do a grep on password authentication. It's good. Cat and grep.
Should I switch to ANS admin?
No, we don't have it.
We were Ubuntu user, I guess.
No, you're just doing a cat, buddy. Cat on SSH /SSH _ config, and then grep for password authentication. Yeah. So right now, password authentication no is enabled. We don't have yes. So ideally, I think it will keep this untouched is what it's going to do. By default, I think password authentication is no when we bring up the instances and things like that. Okay. Now come back to the controller. So after that, if you scroll down, the last one, permit root login. See, let grep for permit root login. Let's see if we have that permit. If at all it finds permit root login. Permit root login is commented. So in other words, by default, the root login is not enabled here, right? So if you come back to the controller in our hardening file, we are, if it finds yes, we are putting a no there. But let's see, do we want to know? Yes. If it finds yes, actually what we'll do is just for the sake of discipline, go ahead and I think in Amazon, the permit root login is by default commented, but in a general instance, you may find a permit root login as yes. So go ahead, copy that permit root login yes, copy up to the yes. Go back to the worker. Go back to the worker. And VI the SSHD sudo VI. You can do VI. It's already root, right? VI buddy. Open the cat SSHD config. And we don't have so go all the way down. You can just read at the end. Permit root login is yes, which means this is like as if it's going to follow the root user to SSH. You can just add it anyway. Permit tunnel is there, but permit root login is not there. Permit TTY. Permit tunnel is there. Yeah, root login is not enabled, but let's say we will go ahead and manually say yes here.
Yeah. Should I?
Yeah, you can put it in.
Yeah.
Just under the password authentication, you can put that.
Yes.
Um,
I can paste anywhere.
yeah. Yeah. So now write and quit. And now come back to the controller. The last step is name password authentication. If at all it finds, then we already take care of this. Password authentication, we're here. This is where it is adding a line. Okay, either way, that should be okay. So the last one is restart SSHD service because we're modifying the SSHD. So we file, we're going to restart that service SSHD at the end as the last task. These are a group of tasks that this playbook is going to perform. You understand, Rahul?
Yes.
We can go ahead and customize this based on our requirements, based on, you can add more things and so on in the SSHD file.
Okay.
Okay, so now I think we can go ahead and run it. Go ahead and run this file, say Ansible playbook SS hardening.yml. Run it. SSH. Cat your host file. Ansible. What you do there? SSH underscore hardening. Cat your hardening.yml. Scroll. What was the message we got? Scroll up, please. It looks good.
Not match separate host.
Could not match. Ignoring SSH hardening. Strange. Go ahead and vid hardening.yml and change that to all rather than SSH hardening. We can deal with that part of it later. Scroll up, please.
Yeah, what should I do?
Change that to all. Yeah. So it will pick up all the hosts rather than just SSH, that group. Yeah. Write and quit. Run it again. $27, $152, somewhere it is picking up. Setup is, what is that? 27. Why is it picking up 27 and you modified
Modify.
cat Ansible hosts. Delete, just make a backup of this file, delete this all the, or you have SSH. Wow, I'm surprised. It shouldn't pick up, buddy. I don't know why it's acting like that or what I'm doing wrong. But just copy that host file. CP.
Can we create new host file here and pass it directly like -i using -i?
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Just create a new host file. Just say why my host. Okay. And put the IP address of that so the work on. Okay. And we need to supply my host, right? While we are
Yeah.
Is it -i? Okay. Inventory, yeah. failed to connect to the host via SSH. ANS admin, permission denied. Oh, we are logged in as ANS admin. And we don't.
The passwordless SSH is not enabled for this server, I guess.
I think we need to add the ANS admin and then we need to copy paste the public key there, right?
Yes, I guess.
Go back to the worker, please. Sorry about that. We already did this. And user add ANS admin.
Yes. There, I guess.
Pardon me.
I guess sudo the ANS admin is already there.
In this one, try it. That's what it's complaining, right? And ANS admin is not there.
Okay, no. It's not there.
Okay. User add ANS admin. Admin. And password is admin. ANS admin. Just ANS admin. Then so switch user ANS admin and try to bash it. mkdir -p /home/ANS admin. I get a permission as well. Okay, switch back to root and do that, please. SU hyphen. Sudo SU hyphen. Now make a directory.
Not allowed. Admin that is not in the sudo.
Exit ANS. Okay. Now make directory. And /ANS admin. Just for sake of discipline, change the ownership. I think this may not be required. Change on -r. ANS admin /home /ANS admin. Cool. Then I think we may need to put that into sudos, right? So va sudo, va sudo. No, one word, but sudo. And somewhere you find under the root all equals to all, copy that whole line and paste it in the next line. Paste in the next line. Change the root to ANS admin. And there is an all, right? And at the end say no password : all. Leave the middle part of it. Come to the right hand side, the last all. The last all. So scroll. In caps, you say no password : all. Before the all. No password, all in caps. Word. PASS WD.
WD.
All. I think this should be good.
how to come out of.
Control X will exit. And yeah, say yes, say modify. Why? Or just say enter and enter. Just go back to VI sudo, just verify it. Say it. Okay, answer me no password. Okay, Control X. If you just say Control X, it should come out. Say modified. You didn't make any modifications, right? Now, after you go done, that's okay. You can say Control X, press yes, yeah. So now switch user ANS admin. Yes, you. Bash. Just type in Python. Say vi.bash rc. Wait. Before that, just type on Python 3. We just need to make sure. So we have Python 3. We need to make sure our worker has Python. So Control D, you'll exit out of that. Now get into vi.bash rc. Bash rc. Say alias space Python equals to Python 3. Yes, space Python equals to Python 3. So if you logged in as ANS admin, if you say Python 3 will be launched. Python 3. That's it. Write and quit. And source.bash rc. CE source. Okay, just Python. Okay, good. Control D. You can come out of that. Then I think what we need to do is passwordless authentication. Right? We have the VI the backend worker. One more time. VI the SSHD config. VI /etc/ SSH /SSHD_config and look for password authentication. /password authentication. Capital P. Password authentication is set to no right now. So it is right now set to no. Okay, change that to yes, please. So that we need to do sudo, I think. Sudo. Oh, okay. Write and quit. Exit and maybe sudo. Quit exclamation. Sudo vi. Password authentication is set to no. So change that to yes for a moment. Just to verify the SSHD passwordless. Okay. Restart service SSHD, restart. What is it? Service SSHD, buddy. Service space SSHD. Service. Authentication is required as Ubuntu. Just press enter. I don't think there's any password for Ubuntu. Access, what's that? Your just do sudo service SSHD. Okay. Go back to the controller and ls-a, look for the hidden folders .ssh. -a. Move into that go into that cd .ssh. And list it. Then you have id underscore RSA. So SSH -copy -id. Copy ID and give the IP address of the worker. Yeah. Yeah, enter. Yes, segment password. If you're prompted now, it is to install the new keys. Okay. So
the password was ANS admin. Okay.
pardon me.
The password was ANS admin, so it may be now it will work.
Okay. Yeah, SSH. Okay. Dash it. Good. Exit. Exit. And now go back to do a CD. Good one. And hardening, I think, is the name of our file, right? Yeah. So Ansible playbook. My house. Okay, good one. Run it. Oh, can you highlight that one, the red color? I'm not able to read it properly, buddy. Sorry about that. Okay, so permission is denied to etc. The error was permission error. The destination directory is not writable. Go back to the worker and just lsltr /etc/sshd ssh. Yeah, enter. So root, right? Let's change the ownership just for now. We'll change it to ansadmin. So change ch. I think you need to be the root, I think, buddy. Do a sudo change one. ch-on -r slash I'm sorry, what is that? Ansadmin. Ansadmin : ansadmin. And space /etc/ssh. SSH. Oh, that's it. That's it. We'll change it for now for the whole directory. And enter. Verify it. Okay. Now we should have read and write permissions and config. Yeah, has read and write permission. Now run it again. Oh, what's happening? Highlight that one, please. exception occurred to see the full traceback from VVV. Change failed to import the required Python library libbase. So then Python, let's read the module. Oh, libbase Python failed to import. Now, can you bring up the same command and put -VVV at them? -3Vs. Give us a slightly more detailed run it. So small V's were small V's. Scroll up, please. Wait. So trace back Ansible cport payload zip 40. Failed to import the required Python library. Zip in Python. On Python. Ansible is using the wrong Python interpreter. Ansible documentation. Oh shoot. Scroll down. So you've not changed this zero, so we need to fix this one. Scroll up, please. Look at the name of the task. Set up SC Linux for SSH port, line number 24. Can you cat the hardening.yml? Set type is SSH port _ T. Call is TCP. Ports is we're just changing the port number. Installing SSH port. It's very strange. Okay, go back to the host file. Let's say cat the host file. Cat the etc host file, please. etc Ansible host.
So we are using that my host for me.
Yeah, I know. I just want to look up the other IP address of the N2 etc/. Copy the N2 IP address, which is the second IP address from the top. Copy the 152, not 27. Now go back to my_hosts. Pardon me. Comment that and add the N2 rather than N3. Okay. And now one more time, run the answer playbook. Yeah. Failed again, huh?
Yes.
Scroll up, please. Which task is this?
Task is change SSH port.
Right. Change SSH port number. The task is change SSH port number. I think you need to do the Anne's admin, right? We need to change the ownership. Just this is a hack. Ideally, we need to come up with a workaround for this. Do a sudo change ownership -r.
So should I access to that server first?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you need to get into that server. Take a short 2-minute, 5-minute break, Rahul. Sorry about that.
Yes.
I'm back, buddy. Let me know when you're back, Robin. Are you back, Robin?
Yes.
I think we need to, I'm thinking it is the permission issue coming across. So we need to change the owner to the ANS admin.
I'm in that work.
Do login as or just a sudo change owner, sudo change owner -r, capital R, and ANS admin, sorry, what is it? Yeah, ANS admin, :ANS admin, /etc/SSH. Okay. Yeah. Just verified. Okay. Now back to the controller. Oh, sorry. Back to the controller. And run the, first run it without the -bbb, no? So that we don't have, okay, run it. Facts, changing SSH. Set up the SC Linux for SSH port. Fail to import the required Python library. Oh, but Ansible is using the Python home interpreter. Oh boy. Okay. I don't know why I'm getting that one. What you name this? See, Linux. What you have. Can you just copy that, paste it into this one, buddy? Okay. Let's see if I can find something. This one. So, and let's see what we have here. Just with an older version. Yeah, can you just log into the maybe using the other window body? Just keep this like this. Go back to the other worker N3. Get into exit this and get into N3.
This is M3.
N2, sorry. Just type in Python. So su hyphen and segment. Bash and then type in Python and C. So Python 3. So even here we didn't configure. That's strange. Add the alias v8.bash rc. Alias Python equals to Python 3. Oops. Oh, say, but just Python 3, buddy. No code. Yeah. So write and quit. Source.bash rc. Bash rc. Python. Okay. Control D. Back to control, just run. I'll tell you in a moment. Pardon me. Sorry about that. So since Python 3 is not okay, run it please. Since we didn't have that alias, maybe Python refers to Python 2. So it's it complaining about same thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So what we'll do is we can add another task to install SCLinux. Back to the worker, go back to N2, just do a pip install SCLinux. Pip install SCLinux. Yeah. apt get installer. Yeah, apt Python 3. Okay. Or just say sudo apt get install SCLinux. apt get installs. Okay.
We have downloaded only this big package. And we need to do. Should I do apt as you are saying? Apt install SCLinux.
apt3 install. apt install. Okay. Just do
It will not work.
just do a pip install, buddy. Pip install SCLinux. apt get install SCLinux. Front end. So you must manually sudo dpackage configure to correct the problem. Can you just do a Google on that one? What the error message is about? Say, yeah. Okay. I tried this on 27. I didn't get any of these errors. So I didn't. N1 I tried, just FI, I guess. Configure install. apt update full upgrade. I think scroll up a little bit, please. Just that message. If you notice, this guy is saying, make a backup of your important data, D package. Oh boy. Can you go back to the error message on the controller? Okay, to see the traceback. The module not from no module. SCLinux. It just looks like it's a simple thing. It's just complaining about SCLinux and failed to import the required Python library. 152. Is it 152, buddy?
Yes, yes.
Why are we getting 152? I thought we had a.
You told now we should use 152.
N2, right? N2, buddy.
127 is 150.
Oh, acha. So N3 was 68. Okay. N2 is 152. So you're right. And now, sure. Back to their message, please. Failed import required Python. So we defined the protocol version, set up SC Linux for port, change SSH port number. And can you VI the hardening.yaml? Set up SC Linux. So it is failing in first, second, third, fourth task is where it is failing. Scroll down a little bit, please. SSH port underscore T is present. Oh, scroll up, please. The fourth task is what I'm looking at. Set up SC Linux for SSH port. What we'll do is, since we are having a problem with this task, remove that 1, 2, 3, 6 lines from there. Remove that name till that complete task. We can comment it, but just to keep it simple, we'll remove those 6 lines. Yeah.
Okay. Should I save?
Yeah. So now we get a warning and what is this? Ansible.ls solutional message could not locate the file. Oh, why is it going as root? An unhandled exception. Able to find the root. Use run the same thing using -vvv. Listen address protocol version. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth task it is failing. Shoot. Which is getting stuck there. File lookup as none. Root SSH. Where is it in 152? We don't have it. Isn't the passwordless enabled there? Can you go back and check if that file is there? ID underscore .pub in the worker N2. I think we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there, buddy. Look.
Yeah, it
So that. Just authorize case is there. Didn't we copy? Strange. Back to the controller, just copy SSH keyboard that we have done earlier. Let's see what was that. Spell playbook.
That's
Yeah, SSH copy. Yeah. What's that?
already used.
They already exist on the remote system. If you think it's a mistake, you want to use -up. But we didn't see, it's there in AND segment. And this one
Yes,
is. So, strange. So it is looking under root.ssh. That is strange. And go back to the controller, please. We are performing this one as AND segment, so it should be looking under the file.
Yeah, this is the part.
Can you go scroll up? Is this the error that we got?
Yes. It is looking in that root.ssh, but it is there in AMS.
Cat the hardening.yaml. Scroll up, please. Somewhere this side. Do the root. Scroll. Oh, look up file. There you go.
We have mentioned that.
So, okay, just to keep it simple, what we'll do is let's copy this one into the root SSHD from there, so that we don't make too many modifications here. So go back to the worker and copy from ANS admin, copy it there. Copy whatever is in slash, yeah. To, okay. Looks good. Sudo. Oh, check in ANS admin, please. So go into .ssh. Oh, even in ANS admin, we don't have any of these things. Just did a copy key, right? After we do a copy key, it should be copied, is what I thought. Can you go back to the controller? Just verify the copy key. What are we doing? SSH copy ID. Is that SSH copy ID or what is that?
Yes, SSH copy ID.
SSH copy. Where is that? SSH copy ID looks good. Okay, that's the right one. LS authorized keys.
Okay, and the authorized is the
directory.
this file. Like get authorized.
Oh, I think you were not in the .ssh directory, and then you did the copy SSH copy ID. I'm thinking, Rahul.
Yes, I was not in that.
Oh, there you go. Switch into the directory. Okay, SSH copy ID. What's that? All keys were skipped, but because you may want to use the option. Just double check, go back to that one and see if it is already there. It's tell us. Oh, no, it's not there. So do an hyphen F. Back to controller, just add a hyphen F. That's a force switch. Search copy ID. Okay, let's try that. Sudo. Number of keys added is 1, right? Oh, okay. Now test it. SSH. No. It's already copied, buddy. So just SSH into that one from here. Oops. Cool. Okay. The keys, it looks empty, right? Look on the root. Root.ssh. /root. Sudo. So didn't we copy it from here? No, buddy. Where are you looking? Oh, you did SSH. Okay, sorry about that. From controller, you have done the SSH, and it is there. Exit this, come out of the worker, go back to the controller. Run the playbook again, because it seems to be doing the SSH. Okay. Cannot create directory. Oh, no space left. Oh, now you need to remove some of the files there. What is it? I think on your worker, you need to remove the files. Let's see, come back here. So it's a 27. What's that one? What is that? Give me 1 minute. That wasn't this was 610. Okay. Sure. And we did a change ownership. So install Docker. This is Ansible. So hyphen. Oh, I just removed, I think I was remove APT cache or something like that. I'm just looking up. It's 27 years. Root. There you go. Oh, I registered a disk free space body. I'm just looking for a command. Give me one moment here.
Yes.
Second. Okay, so let's say disk usage. The first one is start with sudo apt get clean, apt-get clean. Sudo apt get clean in the N2 body, not controller. I think we are looking at 152. Sudo apt-get clean will be the first command.
Can you repeat?
Oh, one second. Let me paste that here. So here it is, chat. Paste it. Also clean the journal CT. After you do that, do this one. So clean up this one. This one. Remove package name, remove all comments. Okay, then auto remove. Let's try this one. Okay. All comments are pasted wrong.
Yes.
Auto remove. The package wasn't just sudo depackage. Oh, the same thing again. Okay, that's okay. Now come back to this thing because we have some free space now. Back to controller. Run it again. Could not ansible.ls.ansible while running the file, there was a class Ansible. That is strange. It is allowing us to do the SSH. Ideally, expect that one moment, please. 2, 3, 4. This case is good. Will take 2 minutes. If I'm not able to resolve, we'll continue tomorrow. Just a quick thing. Tomorrow I have a family engagement going on, guys. So tomorrow I may not be able to take it. So just letting you. And just give me 2 minutes on this, Rahul.
Okay.
I have successfully run this on 27. I didn't face even one problem. So I thought we should be able to find it. Should be able to take care of that, but it looks like. We have run the SSH copy ID on this one, right, Rahul?
Yes, yes.
Your answer in SSH copy ID, okay. 172. That is the right IP, right?
Yes, yes.
Can there you go. 3192. Can you put SSH copy ID -F and then put the IP address rather than that one? Put -F in the middle rather than at the end. You can backspace that. And submit. Source of the keys. That is 152. Okay. So it does say it is allowing us to log in there.
Yes.
Run it. Unable to find. Oh, is it looking for some reason? It is looking now. It is thinking it is not answered when it is looking at root.ssh rather than this one.
Because we have mentioned here like this.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay. Just change that root to ANSADMIN. Sorry about that. Holy cow. /home. Okay, try it now. And now let's see what's happening. Failed to look up the Sanjay user. Okay, that is better. So at least we defined the protocol version, we got up to here. So now what we ideally need to do is if you cat the hardening file, hardening.yaml, in the 5th task, we're adding a user. So scroll up, please. Scroll up a little bit. Okay, Sanjay. So we are supposed to have a user called Sanjay. And yeah,
that user is not
user add and password Sanjay. Awesome. Oh, sudo. Password. And sudo change owner also. Make the sudo make directory -p. Sanjay. Change owner. Sudo change owner. Sanjay, yeah. Okay. And now go back and run that. Permission denied. There was permission error. Strange, man. Okay, it's again something related to the permissions only, but there was just so permission denied is from Sanjay, and when you're running it, go ahead and you bring up that command Ansible playbook. Try sudo. Okay. And go back to VI hardening.yaml. And on the above, go scroll up. Now after the name, between name and host, add become : true in the second line, or in the second, between the second and the third line, add another node called become : was it yes or was it true? Become : yes. Space yes. Okay. Now try running it. Just Ansible playbook. There you go. Oh, unable to start the service. Okay, at least password authentication is done, permit root login is done. Okay, so what we'll do, Rahul, is we'll leave it here. We'll continue Stream CTL. We'll just look at this one. The rest of it should take a few minutes. I'll continue this one maybe day after tomorrow, Rahul.
Okay.
Need to step out.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll briefly discuss about the hardening scenario at that time rather than now. It will take a few minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Nitesh, are you there, buddy? Okay. Rahul, are you by any chance kind of getting a feel of what we are doing from a hardening perspective when we are messing around with the SSHD file and things like that?
No, sir. I don't have any idea.
Okay, no problem. In that case, we'll just discuss these things in the coming up session.
Okay.
And we'll try to get a feel of it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. For today, I'll stop it here, guys. You guys take care, stay safe. Tomorrow, as I said, I have family engagement going on.
Okay.
My family members' engagement, so I will be unable to attend it, guys. Okay, so we'll catch up later. Continue from there.
Okay.
Thank you. Take care, stay safe, and keep learning. Thank you and bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye now.